Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. My name's Tom Novak, and get out there and start looking. Lowe's has geraniums for $1, so you can start your own geranium plant. But today we're working with it's from the scented geranium family. It's a Pelargonium Quercifolium. Now on the label it says or crispum, but it's quercifolium because of the leaves on here. Looks like oak leaves. You can see them. And it's a shrub. The height and width is about 3.28 feet or 1 meter. It has oak-shaped leaves like I showed you. The leaves are very aromatic. They're supposed to smell like lemon or musk. So what I'm going to do, let me dip and clip one leaf off for you. This one's a bad one. Let me take one here and see what it smells like. They're supposed to be very strong in scent. Oh yeah, this has a very lemony musk flavor. Scent to it. Very strong. But they say it's good for keeping mosquitoes away because that's what it's labeled as, a mosquito shocker. That's what it's labeled as, mosquito shocker. But it grows in full sun or part shade. It likes well-drained soil. So I'm going to use today is 1 part worm castings, 1 part peat moss, and 3 parts sifted perlite. But before I do anything, let's pull the plant over here so you can see what you get. Now these plants sell for $5, but they had them on sale for $1.50. So I grabbed one just to try it out. So right now this is a little bit too big, but before we do any clipping, we're going to take it out of the pot because you can see the roots coming out of it. And we're going to have to overwinter it in the basement, so we'll see how that works out. So let me get these. I already dipped my scissors, so let's get some of these roots out so we can get it out of the pot. Because the pot, I can reuse it then for taking a cutting out of this. So let's put that there. And it's a little dry, but let's take some of let's rake the soil ball out so we can see what kind of a root mass we have here. And this is all put in peat moss. So this must have been a cutting also. Well, you can see the heavy root mass and the heavy roots here. So what I'm going to do is take my root pruning shears, even though there's no rocks and it's just peat or core. I'm just going to cut this right about here, and this one right about, whoop, doesn't want to be cut. So I'm going to cut this one right about here, this one here, and these right there. So we're going to get a nice radial root mass. So let's take this. The soil is real fine, so you can see it's like a peat core mix, or it smells like peat. Okay, so let's get that in there. Let's rinse the roots. And you can see it's starting to form a nice radial root base. Nice strong root coming out of here. The roots are all nice and flat. Look how nice that looks. So we hit it right on the nose. So now I'm going to take my cutters and I'm going to take the top off, and I'm going to cut it right about here, right below the brain part, so we can get some cuttings out of this. I'm going to clip it at a 45. So this will make a nice cutting for us. I'm just going to let it sit in my bucket. Oh, here I got my water here, my little cup. So I got my cup of water here. Let that sit until we get it planted. Now I got a nice container here, which will help it to take off, to get the roots to growing good. I don't have a smaller container for this, but we want the roots to grow, and we want this to, and we've got about a good 2 months left in the growing season. So I got my pot and my screen on the inside. So what I'm going to do, we'll put our soil in on the bottom. Make sure everything's in. The soil's a little dry, so I'm going to give it a little bit of water so the roots have, so we can get this hydrated faster. And let's see how far down we are, because we're going to keep this as the main trunk right there. After this might die off, I don't know, but I got to come up a little bit higher yet. Put our soil mix in. And right about there. Yeah, I think right about there should do the trick. We're just going to rake our roots out in a radial pattern. Now, there's a couple here that are sticking out of the pot, so we're just going to cut that little bit off, because the rest are pretty good. We got one root coming straight up, so we want to take this root that's coming straight up off. There we go. Now we don't have no curving roots. Take this downward root off, and we'll put that in there like that. Now I still got to order my Azus and my Micos, so I got some left, so we're going to put that around the roots to give it a good head start. Now we're going to take our soil and put it in. Now it likes to be watered well, but it doesn't like to sit in a soggy soil or wet soil. It doesn't like its feet soaking wet, so to say. But let's use our chopstick, push it into the roots, all the soil. Let's get this into the middle of our turntable. Now remember, look for your turntables. This is the time of the year that people have all kinds of garage sales. There we go. We got one dead leaf over here. I didn't see that, so we'll take that one off. And get a little bit more of our water and put it in. That WD really works. Gets that turntable spinning. If they get a turntable and it's not spinning for you, a little WD on the bearings underneath, that'll be as good as new. And with the turntable, you don't have to keep turning the pot. You turn the table, and everything works out good. So, there's a lot of different types of scented geraniums out there. They have lemon ones, they have strawberry scented leaves ones. I forgot, there's so many different ones out there that you can try to get a hold of. But just, you can look up online too, scented geraniums. Or you can use the mosquito one, like they're saying it is, because they call it the mosquito one because of the scent the leaves give off to deter the mosquitoes. But if you're sitting outside, one plant's not going to do the trick. You're going to have to put a lot of plants around you. There we go. Let's give it in a nice little watering. Now they're supposed to be hailed from South Africa, these trees, these shrubs. So, there we go. Get it in real good. Now what I'm going to do is pack it down And let's see if I got any sand left, so we can spruce it up a little bit. Oh, yes we do. We got some sand left. And let's see if we can do it justice and give it a nice little rock. Put it in the background here. Now, scented geraniums are nice. You just brush against the leaves and it gives off the scent. So I got some torpedo sand here. I'm going to put it on the top. Just dress it up a little bit. Put that one over there. Take our spoon, pat it down. Get a little bit more. Put it around our rock here. And now, so it doesn't look like it's in a desert or something, I have some of our Peace River gravel. And I'm just going to put it around here, just to give it a little bit of a different look. There we go. Let's put this here. Don't be afraid to try it. The geraniums are on sale. A quarter, you can't go wrong for a quarter. And if you goof it up, you goof it up, there's no money lost. I know Lowe's has them for a quarter in the junk section, because they're trying to get rid of them. And some of them look pukey looking, but you know what you do? You just take a bucket of water, let them sit in there, let them rehydrate, and you're off to having another. Yep, you're off to having another start and making a nice little bonsai tree out of a geranium. Okay, so you just take your finger, wipe this off, what's ever fallen off here. There we go. Now I'm going to let this harden off because it's not wood. I don't want to put no lipstick on there to make it rot, because you want that to air dry. On the woody parts I put the lipstick on to seal it, but on the fleshy parts you got to let them dry out and heal over naturally. But that's our little geranium. There you go. It's off to a nice little tree, into a little forest. We can always decorate it later, but right now I'm going to put it in some shade. And the best time to do your root work and your planting is either early in the morning or in the evening, because the heat of the day puts too much stress on the roots and on the plant, so it's not going to recover. But early in the morning you can get it outside in the shade and keep it so it looks so it'll help to recover better. Don't forget to get your you can go to Extreme Gardens, get your free sample kit, and you can get enough there to keep you going for a while. But there you have it. And then I'm going to take some Dr. Earth later. After this starts settling in for a week, I'll take the 002 fertilizer and put it in so it can help the roots to grow. And we'll see what we get. So don't be afraid to try it. So today's Tuesday. That little clock on the tablet says let's hurry up time. So it's Tuesday. It's Mystery Crime Fighters Night. A little dragnet with Jack Webb or Gangbusters or whatever old-time mystery show you want to listen to, whatever crime fighter show you want to listen to. So there's Boston Blackie. There's a whole lot of different ones on the air. So pull yourself up a cup of tea, sit in your favorite chair, sit down and relax tonight, and enjoy the rest of the day. You take care, everyone, and thank you for coming to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors.